Hi everyone, Jordan Long here, and today the asking thing a lot of folks always ask, how does Father Yule get into your house when your smokestack leads to a a heater and not a firestead? Because before houses had heaters, they had firesteads. And even though most houses now have heaters now, no longer have firesteads anymore, they still have smokestacks. And how does he get into your house when your house has a smokestack, but the smokestack goes to a heater and not to a firestead? You know, here's Father Yule's answer to that one. Well, first off, how do you get into a house if the house has a smokestack, but the smokestack leads to a heater and not a firestead? Well, there is this outstanding key that God and Jesus gave me, and it lets me get in and out of houses that don't have a firestead. So that's how I do it. Now this outstanding key, you said it's given to you by God and Jesus. Yes. And I take the oath that I'm not going to take the upside on it. It's only to be worked on one night of the year, and that's it. Well, that's good to know. So you work this outstanding key to get in and out of houses which don't have a firestead. Well, a lot of folks out there might have heard that before, But here's another answer, to another asking thing that a lot of folks never ask Father Yule. How do you know if someone's been good or bad? Well, I'm not all knowing. I'm not all seeing. So I have elves on the shelf, and they're the first ones. And a lot of folks think that I put them in at the 12th month. No, I have them in there as early as the 11th month, going into the 12th month. And they go back and tell me what they heard or what they saw. Also, God and Jesus give me a little insight on how someone has been behaving too. So, what do you mean when I mean a lot of folks aren't flawless. We are sinful, but we're not when we're flawed. So how would you go by knowing what was truly bad or not? Well, you see, Father Yule See, it's hard for me to say, because there are a lot of things. Well, yes, we are all sinful, sadly, and we're flawed, true. But I believe being bad would be not doing the right thing, or not, listening to, like if children aren't listening to their bearers or their keepers or their teachers, or doing something that, is wrong. But if they learn from that mistake, yeah. So do you give Blackstone? I never did give Blackstone. What I had to do was I had to take away one of the gifts. So if they were being bad, then like one gift would be like taken away from them at Yule time. Also, and one more asking thing that we'll ask Father Yule before we end this whole film is, why does he give gifts out at Yule time? Since Yule time is onlooking the birth of Jesus, why does he have anything to do with it? So Yule is the birth of Jesus, onlooking the birth of Jesus. Why do you do gifts around that time? Well, The grounds to why I do gifts at that time is I am onlooking the birth of Jesus, Son of God. You see, God so loved this world and so forgave this world that God gave us His Son Jesus. And the gift that God gave us through Jesus was forever life. Having our sins cleaned away and having our stead in heaven in our afterlife through God and through Jesus. And I give gifts off to onlook God for giving Jesus to us as a gift. The same way those wise men and wise kings gave gifts to Jesus on His birthday. So I'm onlooking God and Jesus by giving gifts all the same way that God's thoughtfulness when God gave us to Jesus as a gift. Well, that is good to know. So you're onlooking God and Jesus by giving folks gifts on YULE to onlook God and Jesus for God giving Jesus to us as a gift. That's right. Alright. Those are all the time I have. The Asking Things with Father YULE or Holy Fellow Nicholas. If you like this film, then follow me over here at the Jordan Long Fairway. Watch the other film I made yesterday over here. I, Jordan Long, or Jordan Mulan Long, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell.